Hi, how's it going? Today we start some special project. I'm gonna apply for 7 days the method, the Brazilian accent improvisation method. I've chosen one song to apply the different techniques I teach my students when they are studying Brazilian music. And I received some message also telling me, Luciano, you didn't finish that song or another, and that's why the reason is because I've shown you the different parts of the method, and there are a lot of questions, different questions, and I have to respond everybody, to answer everybody. So I try to help people in different parts of their process, and so it's not possible to do all the songs I start here, but I've chosen a song, I've chosen a frevo to apply all that's needed to study the Brazilian accent. We are gonna start the process memorizing the melody and reading it. Okay, you can do also by ear. You can hear lots of times one song you like would like to play, and start this process using your perception, using your ability with the ear. But I think the most of you read music, and if don't, just write for me. I can do this process also using the ear, showing how to learn the song by ear. And I'm gonna apply all the details, all that's needed to make this song, to make the song ready for playing. Alright? So I'm gonna show you the first part. I never played the song and I like it. I wanted to learn it. Let me show you the screen. The song is called the so-called Nino or Pernambuquinho, and let's see what will come. First step, let's start by the melody. Alright, we are going to apply the spacing, we are going to apply the different techniques I say you in all the lives. As I said, maybe I won't memorize the whole melody in the first day. It's common, it's normal, but I'm gonna apply the techniques to do this a light process without saving energy. And let's go, let's start the melodies. Let's read. Some of you can say, Luciano has a very nice reading and I don't have. That's because I've heard this song a lot of times. It's not unknown, the song, but even you have difficulty to read, you can read just 3 measures. You can start point by point. You don't need to do all reading, and if you read well, you're gonna realize that I committed a mistake here. That's because I didn't predict one finger and I didn't have finger to continue, and so it causes a mistake. And no problem with that, it's just a reading. It's not the process of showing my way of playing. It's not a show. So no problem with that. Let's try to play one more time, and no problem if you can't play at this first time, alright? Oh, sorry. Alright, this is the first part of the theme. This theme has two sections, section A and section B, and let's try to memorize. What do I have to do to memorize? The technique I would use is to think, try to transform a sequence of notes in less information. And what is less information? I can think, besides saying note by note, I can say, for example, arpeggio, or it's similar of arpeggio of this chord, and it's similar from a scale of this tonality. So it will be interesting if you are capable of transforming in less information. All right. So let's see. The first measure, it has an arpeggio of G minor. And if you have difficulties in recognizing these patterns, just write for me. I'm gonna help you with you more detailed lives. There are a lot of detailed subjects in this process. So the one you have difficulties, no problem. Just write for me. We are gonna do a live to create more, to help you to make it easier. No problem. All right. So I have our arpeggio of G minor, and it's I can think now, and when I don't find patterns or I am confused with the patterns, I can change the place where I'm studying. I can resolve other problem. All right. Don't fight with your mind to resolve that problem in that moment. You can change the subject, and your mind is gonna work passively in the solution of that problem. This is one concept that I use that's called spacing. Alright, I have done lives about the spacing also. Okay? So now I'm seeing a G minor with a going down at the scale, the natural scale of G minor. Let's see what happens now. And we surround the note D. This is a familiar melody also. That's very common in frevo and march. There will be situations when you have more repertoire that the own Brazilian language is gonna help you to memorize, because you are gonna find some patterns with another themes of the language, of that accent. So very nice. Let's continue. have this design that is a G minor with the ninth. And after we're gonna go to the seventh. So we have this chord. Very nice. So let me repeat from the beginning. Very nice and easy. I transformed this phrases of the first measure in second in arpeggio of D minor, a part of scale, a surrounding of the note D, a part of another Brazilian melodies that are similar, a chord of G minor with the ninth, and a chord of the seventh with a passing note. So this is my way of thinking. You can sometimes have it more slow, but the more music you learn, you're gonna have more easiness to make this. All right. And so I think it comes to the first melody. The same thing as the beginning. Nice. And we are gonna have the last phrase. All right. So we have a piece of G. Oh, it's a piece of G, the chord G major. And we have some chromatism creating the way that it's C minor, C diminished, and goes to G minor, to notes of G minor. In this case, the notes of the melodies are very similar to the harmony I'm using to memorize, but it's not all the time I make the relation between the harmony and the melody. Sometimes I just see the melody and what similarities the melody we're gonna have with some chord. All right, you don't need to associate each note of the melody with each chord. You can, for example, if there are 5 chords in 2 measure, but the melody is similar with just one chord, I will gonna just remind that chord to play the melody. All right, and no problem with this process that you are using some other information to remind, because when you improve in your process, you play for more times, you won't be using anymore this chunks of information. All right. Let's try this last phrase. Very nice and simple. And we're gonna have a scale. This is a very common scale in Brazilian music. You're gonna find in frevos, choros, and another Brazilian languages. It's the minor harmonic scale. So, for who knows, it's expected for who knows the language of frevo. And you don't need to know. If you have difficulty, you just memorize the 4 first notes. After that, memorize the other 4 notes. You can do a step-by-step process. You don't need to make in the same speed that I do, all right? But you're gonna, if you embrace this process, you're gonna have this easiness to do it more in more situations. All right. So I've chosen a fingering. Let's come back a little. Again. One more time. I think I'm committing a mistake with the rhythm. That is a mistake. So the rhythm's not perfect here. Let's see from the beginning if I rebind all the stuff related. Sorry. So this beginning, my memory was a little lost. Let's return to remind it its time. Arpeggio of D minor, surround the note of D. That part that seems frevo cliché. Nice, the similar arpeggio that at G with G minor with ninth. The similar arpeggio with D 7 with passing tone. Let's do the A section is ready. That is some difficult at the beginning to remind the fingering, but I'm gonna return lately. Let me see my. Let's go to the second part, the B section. All right. We have. Let's read it one time. Very nice, very nice. Let's now try to understand this. I think this melody is sounds very good. And like I told you, I'm being able to read at the first time because the songs I already know the song. We're gonna start at the second ending. That is a kind of scale of G minor starting, and we're gonna have a let's just finger into. So we're gonna use the D7 with flat 9 chord. That's very common on frevo. The melody has this, and an arpeggio of D7 and one phrase to end in G minor, a piece of G minor and G minor. So we're gonna have this. So again, again, sorry. There is an interesting question that was asked to me, that do we need to memorize the harmony together? No. I recommend you to just memorize the melody, alright? If the melody is very easy, you can do a process together of memorizing. Together no, but you can divide your session in some place to memorize the harmony, alright? So you don't need to memorize the harmony together with the melody. Very nice. And let's go to so we're gonna have one phrase that is gonna go to the 6th of the G minor or the flat 9th of G7, returning. I think it's better to think in the G7 with E flat. So what we're gonna have, and we're gonna have similar phrases with the rhythm. Now a G7 again and returning G minor. Look how easy it is. G minor, it's D7, G minor, and G minor, D7. Let's return to the beginning to make a little review. And what's gonna come next? Arpeggio of this G7 and G7 flat 9. Look how frevo, the language, knowing the accent, we're gonna help us. So we are going to go down in arpeggio of C minor. Let's see all of this. we are gonna do C minor 7. So to return here. No. The melody was on my head. Very nice. So I'm in C minor, and I return to a piece of G minor. This is very interesting to know this triads with passing tones. It's gonna many melodies, Brazilian melodies, has this in common. When you are capable of seeing, understanding the passing tones through a triad or a chord with seventh, you're gonna be capable of recognizing a lot of patterns, right? So and let's see what comes. Very similar melody. So we have to end similar phrase like the first one, that will return a little with the D7 and with that common melody in frevo. Besides doing it will be alright, let's see if I remind all that information by heart, alright? Do we have one note more? No? Again. Very nice. So the B section is on my hands, all right, and let me return to the A section and try to see if I still remember it. Sorry. Sorry again. Nice. nice. And so I'm gonna try to play all the song by heart. Alright, let's see. Let's turn off the one more time. So the melody, I think it's ready. Alright, now the next day I'm gonna do a review of it and start the process of memorizing the harmony. I think we also can talk a little about the rhythm and the patterns of frevo. Alright. I always see that if you have the opportunity of seeing the process of somebody studying, it will be good for you if you understand the concepts, what is behind the choices, the repetitions, and that's my purpose during this live, because many people think that it's a very hard process with breaking the mind and doing a lot of difficult stuff, and it can't be. Using the techniques you find in the Brazilian accent improvisation classes and course, you're gonna realize that you can become your process lighter, and you can have pleasure studying and developing yourself in music. Alright? I hope you have enjoyed this class, and see you tomorrow for the next step where I'm gonna develop the harmony and make a review of the melody to get more fluency in its playing. Alright, and maybe to finish with some doubts of fingering also. I hope you have enjoyed this class, and see you tomorrow for more lives about for the second live of applying the Brazilian accent improvisation method, frevo. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Well, it's needed.